I want to hear more about Bry's life.
I'm just picturing Bry waking up and just sitting in the dark, staring at the ceiling for hours.
Let's just talk about it in the show. Why not?
Maybe this is the show. Maybe this has been an organic opening.
Oh, kill me if it is.
You never know.
He's got us there.
I just went to Facebook. We got one comment.
Welcome to the Brink of Sanity. This is episode 329.
Oh, was it an organic opening?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm always confused.
Hello, baby. Hello, nasty. Hello there. Hello. I say hello. Hello, friend. Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends. Hello, operator. The beginning of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
I just like to make the beginning as chaotic as possible.
So is this the 330th episode now?
Who knows? Who knows? Okay. It's actually 329. Unless you want to just count that the little sleep talk is 329, then this is 330.
All right.
One Facebook question. I just want to lead with this. Suki writes, do you discuss anything or is it just sports talk?
Oh, okay.
Yes and no.
You can tell this is a long-time listener.
Well, where is this?
This is Facebook. This is the question I posted, and they asked for questions. This is the question we got.
Is that the only question?
It's the only question.
Oh.
But in theory, Suki is now a listener.
Well,
welcome aboard.
We got that.
Suki, we talk anything but sports on this show.
That's right. Jay banned sports from this show.
Yeah, no talking about the Mets' new manager, Luis.
A whole nother show. Okay. All right. So you got a story, kids?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
kid
good.
Story.
Good.
It was Christmas time. My daughter just says, she's like, hey, Daddy, there are a lot of houses that have Christmas lights? I was like, yeah. There aren't that a lot of houses that have, like, Hanukkah stuff. Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people celebrating Christmas, they put up Christmas lights. And Hanukkah, people don't necessarily really decorate too much.
Plus, you don't want your house vandalized.
Yeah. You don't want to point out who's the Jew. So it's
not a good look.
So I was just like, well, there are a lot of houses that have Christmas lights. I was like, well, there are a lot more people that celebrate Christmas than then there are people that celebrate Hanukkah. There are a lot more Christians than there are Jews. Oh, but being Jewish is better, right? No. Do not say that.
Abort.
I mean, it's a natural thing for a kid to say. Like, anything they are, like, it's better. I was like, no. You cannot say that ever again. Stop it. And we were like, it's just different. It's just different. It's not better. Everything's just different. It's all. Please never say this again.
You know she's going to school the next day. My daddy said being Jewish is better.
My daddy said we're the chosen people. Yeah. So, what's going on with you guys? You guys have any kid stories?
No.
No?
No. Weird, right?
Yeah.
Bry was saying at the start of the show that he goes to sleep at 8 o'clock every night and wakes up at 2:30 a.m.
We're doing this show. We're recording the show on the 23rd of January, and I was commenting that it's about 5 after 9 right now, and this is probably the latest I've been up in the new year.
So the time I could start the show based on when my kids go to sleep is too late for. You'd be asleep normally.
I'd be in bed, yeah.
It's usually around when I'm
like. I
had
a lot of trouble like around the New Year for like the first 4 days of the year. Like I literally didn't sleep. I don't know. Like I fell asleep New Year's Eve. I went to bed at 9:30, and my girlfriend woke me at 5 of 12 because we had to watch the stupid ball, and then I fell asleep maybe for an hour after that, and then I've been awake. Then I was awake until the weekend, and New Year's Eve was Tuesday night.
Yeah.
This is unfathomable. Is it because of the sleep apnea because you don't treat it?
It's probably depression, sleep apnea, just lack of being in any sort of good health.
So in other words, you go to the doctor, you explain all your issues, the doctor just quits instead of solving them.
It's just sort of apathy, I think, or maybe I don't know. It's just like, but I'm just so bored. It's just like, all right, I'm gonna go to bed, and then I'm like, well, I'll get in bed and watch TV, and then I'm like, I don't feel like watching anything, so I just turn the TV off and just roll over and try to go to bed. And I've actually falling asleep better than I was. But if I go to bed, like I'll get in bed at like 8:30, and I'll be asleep, and then I'll get like 5-6 hours of sleep and wake up at like 2 and be like, oh fuck, well now it's 2 a.m. And then I'll kind of get up and I'll play my iPad for a little bit, and then doze off for like another hour, like half-hour spurts until like 5, and then at like 5, then like I grab my iPad and I just sort of like read all my like I'll read the newspaper, I'll read social media, I'll play solitaire for 45 minutes, and then get up and take a shower and go to work.
Wow.
And then I come home, and then it's like, all right, well, I'll do something tonight, and then it's like 7:30, and I'm just like, oh, I got to start getting ready for bed. I'm tired.
So did you just not see your girlfriend anymore?
I usually only see her on the weekends anyway. So,
what? Does she live near you?
She lives like a half hour away.
Why don't you guys just move in together? You guys have been together since like the show started.
Well, if we're pressed for content, I could drop a few bombs right now if you're interested.
Yeah, go Hiroshima on us. Come on.
She bought a house, actually.
She bought a house. She bought Jay's dream.
Everybody has a house except me.
She's been looking for a house for about 6 months.
Okay. Where did she buy? You don't have to say where you like like compared to where you live now. How far away is it?
Well, she lived 35 minutes away from me in one direction, and now she bought a house that's 35 minutes away in the other direction.
So it's like an hour.
She moved like an hour. She moved like 40.
Okay.
She moved like an hour, but it's 45. The same for you.
Yeah, she moved like 45 minutes to an hour from where she was, where her son is actually still in school.
Why did she move away from where her son's in school?
She didn't like her town, and her son's a senior in high school, so she was like, all along, she was like, as soon as he graduates, I'm moving. And I'm like, whatever, I don't really care. Do whatever you want.
That must be great, like a lot of support for her. She's like, I don't like the town. He's gonna be a senior. I'm gonna move. I don't care. Why are you still talking?
First of all, there's nothing wrong with the town that she lived in.
I feel like that's your stock response to everything this poor woman says.
Whatever. It's my stock response pretty much to anything anybody says to me.
If she kills herself, will anyone blame? Like, will they just say will the note just say Bri?
It might. So like right around her birthday at the end of May last year, she was like, she'd been like looking online and be like, oh, she wants to live on a lake.
Wait, can I ask you a question? Yeah. So the town she lived in, what does she think is wrong with the town, and what's your take versus her take on the town? Her town
was really nice. She kind of lived in an uppity town. She lived sort of on the border of it, and she just didn't like the people. First of all, she lived in I'll admit I didn't like her house. Her house was dumpy and a piece of shit.
She was in a house to begin with. She was in a house,
yeah, and she had a nice big yard because she has all the dogs and everything, and it was like,
How many ghost dogs does she have?
She has 3 dogs, and then there's also my dog. So she had a perfectly like large yard. It was all wooded. The dogs were outside all the time. It was very private.
Can I ask what happened?
I mean, her house was. I didn't really like her house. I hated going to her house because she didn't have air conditioning. That was a big thing.
She had. Well, because real quick, what happened to the husband or the ex or?
He lives right down the street.
Okay.
So her son splits time between the two of them because they live within like a mile. So it was like basically like every other day, and then like one week, the Wednesday was like alternate or something. So she had
my sister's divorce has the exact same situation with her. A lot younger, where they go back and forth, and they're like a mile away from each other.
Yeah, and like there's a bus stop like at both of their houses, so it's not even like a big deal. And
does he? But by the way, has he turned out normal? The son?
Yeah, I mean, he's like at the top of his class in high school. He applied to Yale. He applied to like all these like high end schools.
So how are you going to ruin him, Bri?
I don't talk to him all that much. He doesn't have much personality.
I was gonna say he's going to Yale. Maybe Bri, you shouldn't talk to him. Just let him go. He's figuring out life, but a lot better than us.
He applied. He did early. He applied early to Yale, and he got a Not like kind of a wait list, but not really. We're gonna wait and see who else applies. Like if we could find any more like rich people, then
it's not waitlisted.
I guess, but they phrased it differently. It was like they were deferring till later or something. I don't know.
Oh, we're deferring to general.
Yeah.
Position. I know what you're saying. Like, they basically they don't like they're not saying you're not getting in. They're just not waitlisting, but like we're just gonna continue with the whole applicant pool.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So since like May, she's been looking for a house. She's been obsessed with trying to live on a lake. I don't know. She loves water. I'm like, what? So she's like, eventually you're going to move in with me, right? And I'm like, yeah, fine. Whatever. We'll figure that out at some point.
How long have you guys been together for?
I don't know.
It's got to be a decade.
You really are just
no. It's not a decade. It's like 6 years maybe.
No, it's definitely longer than that.
Definitely longer than 6 years.
We found out you've been secretly
You're quite the romantic.
dating.
I don't know how long this hell's going on. Like you're.
Yeah, we found out you were secretly dating her.
It's not a decade because I met her after my mom died, and my mom died 9 years ago, so it's like probably 7 or 8 years ago.
I feel like the first episode I talked to you had a girlfriend.
Oh.
Am I wrong about this, bro?
Well, when she inevitably drowns in this lake, are you going to have her headstone say whatever, nobody really cares?
Well, she's not. She's not living on a lake. So
Brian will save that for his speech at the funeral.
Spoiler alert: she's not living on a lake. Because we couldn't agree. Like she would keep showing me all these houses, and everything, and she likes old stuff, and I like modern stuff, and I like space, and she doesn't.
I like how you're being bossy about the house she's buying.
I know. I was going to say, hang on, right? She's buying the house. How much are you contributing to the house?
Nothing yet.
So
well, I'm paying I'm paying like all the utilities and stuff, but
you are paying all the utilities.
Yeah,
that sounds like a sweet deal. Really.
Yeah.
You buy the house all.
She's paying for the actual house, so
yeah.
I'll pay the electric bill, and you take on a $700,000 loan. we cool?
Basically, she's like, "Oh, what about this? Not big enough, not nice enough for me."
Well,
right? Are you gonna pay anything? No, I'm gonna pay nothing. But I want bigger.
Here's the thing: there's like 3 nice lakes in Connecticut. First of all, I had rules about how far I would move because right now I'm 10 minutes from my work, and all the lakes that are around there are like 40 minutes, and I'm like, I don't want to live on a lake, so I'm not gonna like.
I want to live close to this job that I hate.
Right.
I'm not gonna move away. I'm not gonna move and make my commute farther just to be miserable living on a lake.
Why don't you just get another job, Brian?
I really want you to be miserable on a lake. I really do.
What Jay wants anyone to be as miserable as he is. But
no,
Bri,
I just find the idea of Bri pouting on a lake hilarious.
Okay, can we cut to the scene of you guys talking about the house? I'll play your girlfriend.
Okay.
I know you want me to play your girlfriend.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Bri, you're so dreamy. I was thinking I'm going to buy us a house. Anything? Are you excited? I'm going to get us a house.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I have a few ground rules.
You have ground rules about the house I'm going to pay for myself.
Yeah.
Okay, I said I'm going to get the house.
I heard you.
And you have ground rules.
Well, you could live alone, or I could live there.
Oh God, you're doing this again. It's like every other day you threaten to leave me. Oh God.
Listen. I'm Bri's attorney. If Bri doesn't buy the house, if you don't buy the house and have Bri pay the electricity, how are you gonna have lights?
That's right.
I can afford a house. I can afford a goddamn electric bill, asshole.
Not the house Bri wants.
Okay, tell me about your rules, Bri. All I want to do is live near water, have a nice view. I'm just asking for very little in life. Tell me, Bri, what's your rules?
Well, the thing she didn't realize when she
talk to me. Don't call me she. I'm in the room with you, Bri.
When she first embarked on this journey, what she didn't realize is that all the houses on all the lakes are like super old and super tight and super small. So
that's just like me. I'm super old, tight, and small.
She learned really quickly that she wasn't going to find any place that would hold all the dogs and 2 people. So,
right. Who let the dogs out? Woof, woof.
So eventually she had to back off living on the lake. So anyways, long story short, she moved to a town where the lake is. And I guess by living in the town, you can buy a pass and go to the lake. So she's like 2 miles from the lake now. But the house has a pool, so.
So you don't need a lake if you got a pool. Pools are better than lakes.
Yeah, no, that's what I told her. I was like, listen, if you want to get this house, it's got a pool. I'll add a half hour to my commute. It's fine. So
What were your ground rules? But like, what were your rules? I want to get to that.
I wanted central air.
I mean, that's not unreasonable.
That's a good rule. Yeah,
which this house actually doesn't have, but we're talking about putting it in.
Okay, well,
it came with air conditioning, like they left all their like wall units for all the rooms, so
not as good as central air, but okay.
Right. Yeah, when I get a house, I'm definitely getting central air. I've had it with radiators.
Right, you know what?
We'll see how the summer goes.
If you move in with her and sell your place, maybe you can use the money for the proceeds from your place to buy central air, since she bought a house.
Well, we'll see.
Okay.
And that then wasn't the other rule was that I get my own room, which
oh my god,
I did win out.
That's a completely fair rule.
I did win out. So I do my own room.
Yeah.
Are you sleeping separately, or just like you have your own room for like your weird stuff?
No, I have my own bedroom.
So you guys just sleep separately?
Well, I'm not there. I mean, she moved in. I'm not there yet. I'm not moving in there yet. But I'm not moving until oh yeah. And the other rule was that I'm not moving in till like the summer.
I'm not moving in till it's cold in hell.
Yeah.
Why not till the summer?
Well, just I needed some time to do some things, and I didn't want to jump right into it. And
hey, Jay,
mm-hmm.
When Bryce says I need some time to do some things, what do you think those things are, Jay?
Spend all his money at the casino.
I already did that. No, I didn't want to
plot her death.
I didn't want to move out there in the winter because it's a farther ride and it's a shittier ride, and I didn't want to have to deal with all that in the winter. And she works from home, so she doesn't really care. So she's just like,
what does she do?
She works for the Hartford.
Oh, okay.
Insurance.
Yeah. So what are the things you need to do besides so you basically have a shorter commute when it's cold out. What else?
Well, I just want to wait till she gets settled in and everything, and let her sort of just get settled in, and then I'll. So I bought a bed, and there's a bed in my room over there.
So you own your own place, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to sell your place? Like, are you fully committing or keeping this place?
Well, no, I'm trying to short sell it right now because I owe more on it than it's worth. So.
Oh.
Yeah, when I bought right before the bubble burst, so I've been kind of underwater ever since I bought it. But
so, yeah, I agree. Having your own room is really cool, but having your own bedroom is a little weird. I thought you were gonna have like your own like man cave type of thing.
No, I told her. I said, listen, when I'm at your house, I don't sleep, and all the dogs, and it's just a nightmare. I go, I want my own room. I go, I don't have to sleep there every night by myself, but if definitely like at least half the night.
I understand you having a separate. If you're waking up at 2:30 and being like, I'm up for the day, I understand you having a separate bed.
Yeah,
that is kind of a weird hours.
I was like, and plus I hate her bed, so I was like, either you get a new bed or I get my own room, and I'll get a new bed. So I got a room and I bought a new bed, and it's over there, and I've stayed over there twice.
Is she allowed to sleep in your room?
She could if she wants.
Okay, so you're like, okay, which room are we sleeping in tonight? This will be fun.
Well, the first night I was over there, I was watching football, and she was getting annoyed. I was laying down watching football, and she was laying there, and she got up, and I thought she was going to the bathroom, and I fell asleep watching the game, and I woke up at like midnight, and she wasn't there, and I was like, all right, I guess she's sleeping in her room tonight.
Okay. Are you? Is she? So what do you see? You're gonna move this summer?
Yeah, probably like late spring.
Okay.
Around that time. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's great. Yeah. Any more bombs, or is that the only bomb?
That's really it. Yeah. The house has a pool, so it's pretty neat.
Okay, so Bry, he was underwater in his mortgage, doing things were going bad, and someone just buys him a house. Jay, do you have similar stories?
Yeah, it's pretty close. I mean, I'm, living paycheck to paycheck, living in a shitty apartment, and
I'm still living paycheck to paycheck.
Why don't you tell your girlfriend to buy you a house, Bry? Jay?
I did.
Okay. Bad girlfriend not buying you a house.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Okay. Cool. So things are looking up for Bri.
We'll see.
That sounds pretty good though. Getting a house though, you have more space.
Yeah,
So
you
is
got your own room.
So is the son gonna
What?
live? Is the son gonna be living with you? Like, what's the deal with the whole school?
Well, here's the funny thing. So like they, like I was saying, they used to alternate days and everything. Well, now because she's 40 minutes away, he's basically staying with his father every day during the week, and then he's coming to her house on the weekends. So it's
wait.
like I used to go over there on Saturday, and he would be gone because he would go to his father's on Saturday. So like we were always alone, but now he's there all weekend. So when I'm there, he's there, and
I
he
got this all
TV
figured
and
out.
everything.
So when
What?
you said you needed to wait until the summer, what you
Ah.
to take care of things, you meant you got to wait for this kid to go away to college.
That's what she's hoping for. Yeah.
She's hoping for, or you're hoping for?
Well, I mean, she's kind of just like because I said like, are you gonna, she like set up his room and everything, and she's doing all this stuff, and I'm like, aren't you gonna like, I don't know, get him used to the house? She's like, oh, he won't be here. I'm like, he's gonna be here all summer. He's not like gonna graduate high school and then go off to college the next day. She doesn't seem to.
Could we do a scene of Bri hanging out with the son? Hey,
He was happy because I set the video game up for him. I set up his
thanks for hey
whatever his I set his Switch up to the TV, so he was all excited.
hey, not dad. Thanks for setting up my Switch. You forgot to put your shirt back on after leaving the bathroom. Could you put that back on? Okay. Why'd you move with my mom if you have your own separate room and you don't talk to her? Okay, cool. You're not responding to me. This is life's great.
Good talk.
Good talk. Yeah.
I thought that was rhetorical. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, it's fine. It's great. I'm going to Yale. I'm gonna become rich and hopefully hire some people to kill you.
Not give you any money, fake dad.
You're the worst fake dad ever. I heard changing topics. Unless Bri, do you have anything else you want to add?
No, that's it for me.
Okay. So
that's probably why I can't sleep because I know in 6 months my life's gonna get worse.
How? I don't understand your life's gonna get worse. Oh, because you have a longer commute.
Well, yeah, and I won't be living alone. And
well, isn't this better? You'll be living with someone that you, in theory, love.
I guess.
Man, she is a lucky woman. Does she just what does she talk to her friends? Like, what's her conversation with her friends? So now that I bought a house, I think he might stay there with me. It's so great. Oh yeah, he says he can't move in for 6 months because he doesn't like seeing my son.
Actually, actually, all of her friends think it's a good idea that we got separate rooms.
Okay, why?
I don't know. Because I think they all hate their significant others.
That's great. Do you want the separate room to be with my husband? Because husbands suck. Is she into gambling? Does she like the casino with you?
She likes. She doesn't gamble, but she likes going to the casino. Like when I had access to the lounge, because she liked hanging out and just drinking and hanging around. Okay. But now I don't have that anymore, so she's like this. She's like, if we can't go to the lounge, what's the point of going? And I was like, well, give me some money and I'll get my status back up, and then we'll get back in the lounge. But
how much of the gamble to get into the lounge?
You just have to get to like the second or third level.
It's just I say I don't know what the levels mean.
I mean, it depends. I mean, probably like a couple grand, maybe.
A couple grand is like will get you into the lounge.
Worth a play. Yeah, I mean, it depends. If you go like when they have like promotions where you get like double points or triple points, if you go on the right day and play long enough, you could get it boosted up pretty quickly.
So what's the level after? Like if you were like a high roller, let's say you're gambling like 50 grand there or 100 grand, what do they do for you?
I don't know. I never got that high.
Okay, I thought maybe they were just they tell you, so you're like okay, gotta push it to there.
I got to the top level, but I mean, I just got to like the basic like the very like minimum of that level, so I don't know what they do like once you get up there. But they give you like free hotel rooms every day and
that's cool.
free concert tickets and all that stuff.
That's not bad. So I heard a story that was I thought was good for Brink.
Okay.
So have you heard the you've heard of like someone gets like a DWI, they attach like a breathalyzer to the car, and the person has to blow in that breathalyzer to start the car. Have you guys heard of this?
Yeah.
Okay. So this has been around for a little while. So basically, does that make sense to you? Does that idea, if you've been charged with DWI, does it make sense to have to go through this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of, but it's a little ridiculous, but I get the idea behind it.
Yeah, idea behind it is that you're not drunk. You're like, we want to make sure you're not drunk next time you're driving your car, and like they do it for 6 months or a year. I'm not sure how long they do it for.
But it assumes that you're always drunk when you drive. That's the only like thing about it.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like, if you have to do it every time you drive, like, it's assuming that every time you get in a car, you're drunk. That's the only thing that's kind of ridiculous about it.
It assumes more than you think. It's even more ridiculous than you think.
Okay.
So, this blew my mind. So, obviously, you blow it in, it starts the car, and you're driving. And then while you're driving, randomly while you're driving, it asks you to blow in it again.
Oh,
it
really?
tests you throughout the time you're driving.
So you can't like go in sober and then like drink while you're driving because that's.
Yeah, is that a thing? Are there a lot of drunks who are like, what I really like doing is drunk driving? It's not like a means to get somewhere. They really just like drunk driving.
Right. I can't wait to get where I'm going.
Yeah, like it's like, where are you driving to drunk? Oh, I'm just gonna cruise the neighborhood because I just like driving drunk. That's my kick, basically.
I know like 20-year-old kids that used to do that, but
I mean, I feel like it's not that common to want to drive. Like, I understand like the idea of like you're at the bar, you're drunk, and you want to get home or get somewhere. You're driving drunk. Not a good idea, but it's a means to an end. It's not what you enjoy. So anyway, these companies really fear people, I guess, blowing sober and then being like doing shots of Jaeger and then keep driving. So they'll randomly test you while you're driving.
It's like, woo, I started my car. Let's do shots.
Yeah, exactly. So that's their big fear. So think about it. I'm driving on the highway and this thing goes off and I have to like blow on it while I'm on the highway. Does that interfere with my driving at all?
It sounds very dangerous.
Yeah, apparently people have died because they're trying to handle their breathalyzer while they're driving, and the company says you're supposed to pull over, but people have said like kind of hard to pull over when you're driving 60 miles per hour on the highway. And so people have done this, got distracted, and there have been some deaths from this.
Like, how much time do they give you? Like 10 seconds or like a minute?
I don't know.
That makes a difference. Like, if you have a minute, you could pull over, but if it's like 10 seconds or the car shuts off.
It's something like short period of time where the car shuts off. The article didn't give the exact timing, but and I don't have the article in front of me, but basically it was basically forcing people to not, instead of texting and driving, you're trying to grab the thing, blow into it while you're driving, while not crashing. And it turns out some people have been crashing.
That should be your driver's test.
They should test the person that thinks it's a good idea to test people while they're driving. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard about. I cannot believe this is like a real. People thought this was a good idea, and apparently they're also trying to fight. Now they're trying to like stop this, but the companies that do the breathalyzers apparently have a lot of power through lobbying, and it's all corruption. And I guess people got to die so someone can make $1.
Oh wow, it's corrupt. I never would have guessed that.
Yeah, but I couldn't even believe the story. But what else is going on, guys? Do you?
We have some emails.
Cool.
Lorenzo writes, hey guys, we have a JVC TV, nothing flashy, probably around 40 inches. On the front of the TV is the JVC logo embossed silver letters. The other week we had an AC installed in our house, so we let the guys in, and then I went off to work and told them to lock up when they were done. That's very trusting of you. The AC
I was going to say that, yeah.
The AC unit is near that TV. When I went to watch TV that night, the V in the JVC logo on the front bottom of the TV was missing. No one else was in the house, and it's too high for the kids to reach. It's pretty annoying. What the F do I do? Oh,
So
it's Brink. We could say fuck.
So the theory is they stole just the letter V. They are like the funniest thieves.
Maybe one of the
I have a JVC TV that I'm staring at, and it's like a sticker, like where it says JVC. I don't even think it comes off. So how the hell did they even like do that?
Maybe it's a different model.
Oh, maybe they're religious people. They got rid of the V for JC.
Oh, that's a pretty good theory. I like that theory. Maybe now that every time you look at the TV, you think maybe I should be helping the poor.
I mean, maybe the guy who installed the TVs, his initials are JC. And so he just tries to leave his initials in every house he installs stuff at.
Maybe it's a crime spree, and you came towards the end of it as W's next. I don't know. Jay, would you tell people, like, the next time they come over, would you tell them, like, hey, the V's missing. What the fuck?
You get something else installed just so you can have them get back in your house and yell at them?
Yeah. I mean, like, just tell them, like, hey, like,
Yeah,
this is
break
messed
the air
up.
conditioner.
Can you install central air and also return my V?
How do you, like, what's the payment? You don't really owe for the TV. Like, if this like I lost the V, but I'll make it up to you. What does he have to pay you for? Like, what's the damage?
How does it even happen? Like, it was clearly done on purpose. Like, there's no way you can get just the V off.
You have to do a sting, get a new TV, and have the guys come back and see if they do it again.
So next time I'm at Jay's place, I'm going to steal a letter from his house. I'm just going to pick a letter off of something and just make it the most annoying thing possible.
Well, yeah, what he has to do is get something, buy a second TV, and get something installed next to that TV and see if the V is missing again.
Like a sting? Or maybe you get, like, your friends to use them also, and just, like, go, like have a video camera and be like, they're going for the V! Go in there! Get them!
That is a very weird crime.
Yeah.
All right. Lorenzo also writes, hey guys, I went to a video game arcade last night, which mostly contained the machines that spit out tickets. I thought I had found a non-ticket shoot-'em-up game, Raving Rabbids for Jay's sake. Thank you. I actually know that game. But at the end, there was a ticket reward. Why can't people just enjoy the game itself? You don't always need a prize for doing something. This generation is fucked. So that sounds like a Dave & Buster's to me.
Yeah.
I went to a Dave & Buster's recently, and it is annoying. Like, there's no real arcade games anymore. It's all shooting games or, like, ticket games.
We've talked about this. It's not Dave & Buster's. It's every video game place now.
Yeah.
It's absurd.
There is a chain of arcades in Manhattan called Barcade, and it's a half bar, half arcade, and they have
we have one of those somewhere.
They have the old school, like 25-cent, 80s and 90s games, which is awesome.
So we went to one. It was just like it was like not really the bar part of it. It's like a retro arcade, and you pay like whatever it is, and you get 2 hours. All the games are just included, and it's just all the old games when we were kids. And my kids got so bored.
Really?
They played a couple games, and they were just like, without having the access to the tickets, they didn't even want to play.
Wow, maybe that's why they do it. I don't know.
The kids. Well, I mean, we all loved playing the game, so I think the fact that they've been to all these video games, these places where they have the tickets now has like made them think this is what an arcade is.
Interesting. Have you taken them to the ticket one before that?
Yeah, they've been to enough ticket ones.
Maybe if you did it in reverse, they would have been like, these ticket games are shitty, but I get a ticket as like a reward for putting up with the shitty game.
Yeah, but the casino thing is really addictive because they also get to go get, like, kids love toys, prizes.
Right, but did you get them to play
those pencil erasers?
Yeah, even if the prize is shit, they still have the idea like, now I'm gonna go pick up my prize. Yeah.
But did you get them to play like Ninja Turtles or something like that?
I tried. They weren't that into it.
Wow.
I kept trying different games. Like,
I still remember when I was in like, I don't know, 6th grade. There was this place called Spaceplex that had hundreds of arcade games, and my friend's dad was rich, and he gave us all like $20 in quarters, and it like blew our minds because like that was like an entire night. Like we played as many games as quickly as we could, and we never ran out of quarters. And I think they had ticket games, but we kind of ignored those because we wanted.
Well, they had the one with the ball, the one that you roll, the
Skee ball?
yeah, skee ball. Skee ball was the big one they had when we were kids, and we had playing it, but like you're not gonna just keep playing skee ball.
Right.
So at some point you just stop in the games. It wasn't a huge thing. It was like a smaller part of the arcade. Now that is the arcade.
Yeah.
I mean, and some of the things are just so stupid. It's less like they're like you put your coin in, or don't even put your coin. You put money. You have money on a card, so you can't actually see the transaction. You swipe the card. You can't figure out their conversion of what equals what. Like you can't even figure out how much money you spent.
Yeah, a game is like 7.6 points, and a point is not even $1. You know, a point is like 5/6 of 50 cents or something. It's like
it's like each dollar buys you 72 points. Now figure this shit out. I'm like, okay, fuck it. I don't know what I'm spending.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, the kids swipe. They're like, all the kid does is like, they're like, press a button. They're like, okay, game over. You're like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah,
Press
yeah.
the button, Dad. That was money. Yeah, Dad, I played my game. I had my experience. I got tickets. What the fuck? You got tickets to buy an eraser? Oh, you know how many erasers I could buy for the $50 I put on this goddamn card?
You just bought a $35 eraser pen.
Oh, shit, the stuff you like, it's unbelievable. Like, I try to steer them to the games that are at least like fun. Like, there's one I like to play with my son where it's like a like they have you throw in beanbags to knock down clowns. So it's like
So it's a carnival ride.
Yeah, the carnival one. And like and you knock it down, you get tickets, and like we do it together, and like I've gotten pretty good at it, so we get a bunch of tickets. So it's at least somewhat like a fun game to play because they'll do like a Wheel of Fortune, that's like spin the wheel and that's it, or there's so many terrible games. Like press a button, a ball drops, and you'll see where the ball lands. I'm like, it's not a fucking game.
I found like 2 music ones because I like the rhythm games, and it was like this giant piano, and you get tickets based on how many notes you can hit in a certain amount of time, and things like that. I thought were like semi-fun, but
yeah, I got excited because the clown game, like I basically broke whatever record you had to get to. Like basically the tickets just kept coming out and out and out. Like we got like an absurd amount of tickets, and I was like, nailed it. But then he takes it all over, they buy complete crap and never use that crap again.
Yep.
Well, yeah, there's nothing good. I mean, if anything good, you need like 30,000 tickets, and it's like.
And even if it's 30,000 tickets, it's still an item that's like $10.
Yeah.
It's like good, but you're like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, or they'll have like a PlayStation 4, and it'll be like 10 million tickets, and it'll end up costing you like $3,000 to get the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And that's probably on the low end what it would cost you. But yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's just like you're like, I have the tickets, and they're like, sir, how dumb are you? Dumb enough to have the tickets.
Yeah. We got one more email.
Yeah. Do you guys think Santa should be female or gender neutral?
I think Santa should be a female black single mom war vet. Check off all the boxes. Vegan, yeah.
Vegan.
Who CrossFits.
Can she be doing that? What's that diet where you don't eat carbs?
Keto diet.
Keto.
No,
You should be into the keto stuff.
Keto and intermittent fasting.
Yes. Why is everyone fucking doing intermittent fasting now?
Because it's every year there's a new trend. Intermittent fasting is such a scam.
Oh my god. They're like, I'm gonna lose weight because you're not fucking eating. Yeah, but like, why are you doing this?
No, you can eat whatever you want in this 6-hour period. It's like, that's not how it works.
Oh my
I
God.
can gain so much weight on intermittent fasting. It's like,
Oh, you tried it?
no, I haven't tried because it's stupid. It's like, people think like, oh, if you only eat between noon and 5, then, you don't gain weight. And it's like, no, you can eat like 4 cakes between noon and 5 and gain a lot of weight. Like,
I was talking to like it was like hanging out with some friends, and a friend of a friend who like was into this, and he was saying, and he got like trashed. He was just talking all about how awesome this diet was. He's like, yeah, I don't eat till like 6 o'clock at night, but then I could eat whatever I want, pizza, hot dogs, eat whatever I want, and like he was just going on and on, like, It's like it's great. I don't eat, but then I eat, and I eat whatever I want. We're like, what the fuck do you do that?
That's not how it works. I had some woman talking to me about that, and I'm like, you are kind of chubby. This is clearly not working.
How do you but like, can you act like? Can you work? Like, exercise is supposed to be part of life, also. Like, can you not exercise during the day because you're not eating?
You don't have to, man. You're not eating for like 18 hours a day. You don't need to.
There's a whole you guys like Jim Gaffigan? I don't want to steal this joke from him, but he has like a joke about how like he's like, what do homeless people think of the idea of like when you see people camping? Like, let's pretend to be homeless for the weekend. And it's the same thing with this. It's like poor people are like, yeah, you know what we call intermittent fasting? Life. That's what it's like for us.
Pretty much.
Yeah, like it's like the most obnoxious thing. Like, oh, we have too much food here. We're gonna not eat for a little while. What do you think about that, India?
Oh, we had this discussion at work the other day. There's a politically correct term now for people who are hungry, and it's like the stupidest thing like you've ever heard.
You mean people like are starving, or just
yeah? It's like it's totally like degrading.
Food deprived?
Food insecure.
Wow.
I've heard that term.
For people who are this is the actual term the USDA uses to describe those who are unable to put food on their table. They are food insecure. No, they're poor and they're hungry.
I'm money insecure. I'm skinny insecure.
Does that mean you can't eat money, Jay?
I'm skinny insecure.
I mean, that's just such a slap in the face.
I'm successful life insecure. That is why did they use like it just gets so confusing. Also, I was reading some article about they were talking about the problem with obesity with children, and they keep using the word obesity, and they use the word like other words. I'm just like, why can't you just say the kids are fat? Like what's
can't do that
that's the
anymore.
first problem.
Nope.
Just say, hey, fat kids are a problem. Stop eating, fat kid.
Nope, can't
because
do
it's
that.
okay to be fat now. It's okay to be anything you want.
Yep.
The kids, the doctor's like, we should work on this obesity, and the kid's like, what the fuck knows what that means? I haven't learned that shit. I don't know that vocab word. Oh well. It's also they make it sound like he's afflicted with obesity.
Yeah.
Afflicted, like he caught it. Like one day he was a normal looking kid, and he's like, oh God, mommy, I woke up and I'm fat. What happened?
I came up from the sandbox fat. I don't know what happened.
Mommy, all I did was stuff 13 bags of Doritos in my mouth, and I'm fat. How did that happen? How do you catch? Mommy, I don't want to be afflicted with obesity. How do I not catch that? I mean, some of these words are just fucking idiotic.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's gotten. I don't know. It's too sensitive now.
It's all a way to make it everybody feel like they're unique and special, and it's just all bullshit. It's
Some people are duds, and that's just the way it is.
I mean, yeah, the worst thing that ever happened is like getting rid of like fat shaming and bullying and all that. Like you need that stuff to keep people, because all these people walk around and they think they're so special and unique, and it's like you're just a fat, annoying bitch. You're not unique. You're not special.
Who was it? Adele, apparently. I heard something about how she lost weight, and people got mad at her because she wasn't happy with herself being fat. Like she's like, because she was like proud of the fact she lost weight, and people were like, you're fat shaming people. Fat shaming, like we don't want people to be fat. Why would you want people to be fat? It's not good for the economy. It's not good for their health.
No,
it's actually like a dangerous mindset, really.
Yeah,
it's fucking insane to be like, don't.
It's because fat people don't want to do anything about being fat.
Right.
You're telling them it's okay to be fat. Like we should be like, hey, it's not a great idea.
And I'll admit it's hard not being fat, but it's not like a healthy lifestyle, and it's nothing to be proud of.
Yeah.
Also, Jay, if at work people are like, Jay, I'm so sorry to hear that you're afflicted with obesity, would that make you feel better? Those terms?
Sorry, I just caught a case of the fats.
I can't come into work tomorrow. What's wrong? What you're not feeling good? I got afflicted with obesity, and I have to get over this. So I won't be there for a few weeks or months or years till I'm no longer afflicted with obesity.
Yeah, terrible affliction has been conquered.
I'm surprised they haven't. You know, like the like what is it? BMI. Is that it? Like your height, weight, whatever. Like I'm surprised they haven't altered that to be like, just so like that fat people will feel better about themselves.
Like when kids were getting dumber and they just said, let's make the SAT scores easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, like golf, like you play with a handicap because you're a bad golfer. They're like, oh, he's American. Any BMI that's like below 150 sounds good to us.
Or people were so stupid they didn't know how to use the word literally, so they changed the definition to include figuratively.
It's weird how that happened, isn't that?
Literally is making a comeback, and I hate it. I consciously try not to use it because
when I say it now, I'm like super aware that I said it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I was in school and I had a professor talking about something, and he was talking about like how he got a debate with someone else, and they were like, he goes, we got into a literal pissing match. And my friend leaned over to me and goes, doesn't he mean figurative? And we all started cracking up, but it turns out that's where the culture is going. Now everyone, like, why does everyone have to say literal now? And like,
everybody, it's everywhere.
Why should we accept the wrong definition of a word because everyone's a moron?
Right.
It's like, you know what? We should just not do YOU''RE because people are too stupid and they just type YOUR.
I find myself doing that a lot also.
You know what I find?
Like, I not even like I know what I know. I obviously know the difference, but then I'm just typing it and I'm like, I'll just leave it anyway.
Because it's texting and typing culture. There's no punctuation, grammar, or any of that shit.
The one that gets me the most is when you say losing and they do two O's. It's loosing.
Yeah,
that drives me up the wall. I can't
So
even.
You want to soak your crazy also? So we were at like our school conference and talking to my son's teacher, and we were talking about like, hey, we've noticed that you guys aren't really doing like spelling tests. My son's spelling's not that great, and she's like, yeah, we don't really teach spelling anymore. I was like, I'm sorry, what? Yeah, I mean, like, the people have spell check and stuff. We don't really teach spelling anymore.
They don't teach anything anymore.
Wait, spelling, isn't that like the basics of...
Yeah, our teacher, I still don't know if, like, she was just, like, trolling us, like this was, like, a big joke, or this is real. Last year, my son had spelling tests, and this year he's in 3rd grade now. They don't do spelling tests anymore, and she's like, yeah, we don't really emphasize spelling anymore.
Yeah, and we got rid of math and grammar.
And my wife was like, yeah, but we have calculators, but we still do math. Why the fuck are they not learning spelling?
Probably get rid of vocabulary, too, because people are just using the same basic words all the time.
They're literally using all the same words.
We're literally making our kids dumber.
So what are they teaching now if they got rid of like the
They're not teaching civics. They're not teaching science. They're not teaching math.
I mean, they teach math. They have like a slightly different math system than we did, like just certain ways to get to answers. I don't know. Nothing worth explaining on the show, but like if you were like a parent, you'd be like, well, why the fuck are they doing it this way?
The Common Core shit, where everything is in like multiples of 10, right?
No, it's not multiple of 10, but like it is Common Core stuff. But like they use the Singapore math method, and this helps the kids understand math better. Probably people from Singapore are smarter than us, so that maybe it is correct. Who the hell knows? But it does look a little weird how they do it.
People in most countries are smarter than us now.
Yeah.
Should be. I mean, for most things, we should be stealing other people's systems. Be like, this is the Singapore math method. This is the Canadian healthcare system we have. This is the just steal.
Well, I mean, we should be doing metric and the military time too.
Yeah, I mean,
but we are stealing people's ideas. Did you hear what Trump said yesterday?
Please.
He was talking about.
This is the longest we've gone without mentioning Trump in a long
I know.
time.
He was talking about
ruin the show, Brian.
He gave an interview on CNBC, and he was talking about Americans getting credit for like inventions and stuff. And he basically said that Americans invented the wheel.
Oh, I did hear about that.
The wheel. I mean, so the wheel's only been around for 200 years, apparently.
Right.
So you heard about it. Obviously, it's funny. It's not even that big of a story. I didn't even hear about this, and like Jay didn't even know like what you were referencing until you said it, because it's like he says something so insane, and it just like people are like, whatever, it's funny. We'll mention it, and then it'll go away. What could he say? Like, what crazy things do you think he could say and have it just like be gone out of the news in a week?
Well, I mean, anything. He said windmills cause cancer.
What if he just said, like, dropped in an interview, yesterday I smoked crack? Do you think that would just like People be like, I can't believe Trump smoked crack. And then it would like just leave the news.
I do. I don't think there's anything you could say at this point.
Well, he said yesterday he's thinking about getting rid of Social Security and Medicare, and then today he said the Democrats are getting rid of Social Security and Medicare.
What if he said I'm from the future? Like, would it still be people like, okay, sounds good?
He should really just escalate this just to see how far he can go at this point.
Yeah.
He wants to be impeached, and he doesn't want to be president anymore. He wants to get the hell out. That's why he's doing all this crazy stuff. And the Republicans are so stupid that they just blow it off like, it's just Donald being Donald. No, it's like everything he says is like a cry for help. Like, get me out of this situation.
I don't even think it's them being stupid. I think they're just so polarized against the Democrats. They'll just be like, yeah, no, nothing to see here. Everything's fine.
Well, I think the Republicans found out that his voters the Republican voters seem to care about Donald Trump more than they care about them. So if they want to keep their jobs, they have to defend whatever he says.
Yeah.
And they're all just scared about their own jobs. It's like, I mean, they're all goddamn corrupt, both sides. And everyone
It's so
wants to keep
stupid
their
because
job.
they could all band together during this trial. Like I keep saying, like
Not
maybe
even all
they've
of
been
them, 6
slow
of them.
playing Trump the whole time.
You
Just
only
go
need
in
like 6
and
of them.
all of them vote him out.
You only need 6 of them because you got all the Democrats.
I think no, you need more than that.
Really? You don't just need a majority?
No, they need 67 or 63.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's no.
two-thirds,
Okay,
Vince.
well, that's definitely not
But
happening.
I'm saying, if they all banded together and was like, let's get this asshole out. If we all vote him out, what's he gonna do? He can't do anything.
Right.
They all
And they
hate-
can just get rid of him, and then they can have Pence, and Pence will do whatever they want him to do.
I think they don't think Pence will win, though. They'd want to keep power. They think Trump will win the election. That's
Well, then Trump could just run again.
the whole. Also, I was reading this article. They were talking about Biden because people kept asking Biden, "Hey, why did Hunter take this job making $50,000 a year, or like to peddle your influence?" And I guess he said, you know the whole story with Hunter Biden, right?
Yeah.
He was
took the
making
top-
like a ridiculous amount of money to do almost nothing.
He went to with no qualifications, went to be on a board for this gas company in Ukraine,
Yeah.
and he was being paid $50,000 a month. Joe Biden has since said that was probably a mistake. How could you? I mean, like Trump's awful, but how could you replace him with a guy that was like his son took a job paying $50,000 a year to lobby to him?
Well,
I
I mean, I won't vote for him. So
all these candidates suck. Let's talk about fat people.
we have another email.
Oh, is it about fat people?
Let's see.
Okay.
Lorenzo, MVP of emails, Lorenzo writes, "Hey guys, it's roleplay time. Mark, you're in a small meeting room in a generic workplace. You're working in there by yourself on a laptop just to get away from the rest of the office. Are you sure this isn't Bry?
Yeah. My entire office is a small office, but go on.
The door is closed and it's nice and private. In bursts the CEO, which is Jay, and his female secretary, Bry. Sorry, mate.
Oh, well.
The CEO knows Mark is there, but his sole mission is to nail the secretary regardless, so he doesn't care. The secretary is a little concerned about Mark being there. Mark, you be you."
Okay. Type it on my computer. Type it on my
All
computer.
right, so, you're in here.
Hey, boss. Did you know that you can get Twitter on the laptop? I've been only going on my phone, but I can get Twitter on the laptop too.
Can you just move your laptop to like the edge of this table?
Oh, yeah, but hang on. Can I show you? I posted something on Twitter.
No, just move it
sent
to
a tweet that was
you,
really clever.
while he's talking. Can you just kind of pull your pants down?
Sure.
Why are you telling me to pull my pants
No.
down? Anyway,
You move the
so
laptop over. You take your pants down.
I see Donald Trump said something, and I said back to him, "Why don't you
Just
go
ignore him,
sit on a hump,
honey.
Mr. Trump?"
Honey, just
and
ignore
see,
him.
what
Pants
is
aren't
this?
really coming off.
This is kind of so. Hang on, you're hitting my mouse. I can't use the mouse if you're going to be there. Move. This is really. If I had to use the mouse, this is kind of gross having this. I don't know why I take a mouse with me. I can just use. I don't like the touchpad.
All right,
the touchpad's
so
kind of annoying.
I
know
don't
who
like
bent
when the shoes are on either. Can you just take that?
it.
off?
I wear my shoes. So are you talking to me, or could you
No,
please
no.
use name
I'm talking to her.
confusing?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm never talking to you. You're not
Okay.
here.
I had an idea. I just want to, since you're here anyway, I thought we could have every
can-
morning if we all get together
The top's
and
gonna stay
say
on.
what we like
that's how you do
about
it?
work and like about each other. We all say,
I mean,
I
why-
like work Did you? I shouldn't she be wearing more clothes here? It's an office place.
I would argue less.
Okay. Yeah, this is getting uncomfortable.
Kind of in the middle of something here.
So here's the thing. I don't want to accuse anyone of doing anything. Okay, so I put a bottle of Powerade in the fridge.
I have to get back to my husband. Can we get him out of here?
Okay, so when I went back to the refrigerator, it said our aid.
So you're just going to ignore what's happening here.
Someone stole the pee. Did you steal the pee from my our aid?
Will it get you out of this room?
I just want to know. Like, are you stealing letters from my food?
All right.
Okay.
I like that.
I'd like a new scene for every week.
Yeah. Thank you, Lorenzo. I like that one.
Is that the end of emails?
That is the end of emails. We did not forget about the Brink bracket. I was busy at work, so I did not get to try and figure out how to make a 64 bracket on Excel. I will figure that out at some point, and then I will put everything into brackets, and we'll figure this out.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, try to forget about it. Do you guys ever watch the show The Affair on Showtime?
No. I know of it, but I never watched it.
Okay, so it's Showtime. You watch Showtime. Are you expecting a adult show? Like,
sometimes.
Nudity. Like, it's not weird to see a nudity on a show on Showtime, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you were signing up to be on that show, would you think, hey, I'm going to be on a show with, it's called The Affair. There's a chance that, and especially if you were a woman, would you expect there's a chance that there'd be some nudity?
Let me guess. Somebody signed up for the show and then said, hey, there's too much nudity going on.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's just say also, when you sign up for the show, you actually had to sign something saying, I will be nude in this show. Anyway, Ruth Wilson, who's the star of The Affair, left the show because she didn't really understand why they kept asking her to be nude in scenes. Okay. After she signed a thing saying she would be nude on the show.
A show about an affair? She didn't know why she was going to be naked?
Yeah. She just didn't think it was fair and didn't really understand why all these, like, she's like, I don't understand. Some of these scenes don't seem like, it seems like this is gratuitous. Not really understanding the show's called The Affair. It's on Showtime, and you signed a nudity clause. She's claimed it was a hostile work environment because they asked her to be nude on the show she signed up for.
I hate people.
Yeah, that's over and over again. I witnessed them try to cajole actors to get naked, even if they were uncomfortable or not contractually obligated to. She, of course, was contractually obligated to.
That sounds like somebody who just wanted the paycheck and is now complaining.
Right.
Yeah. So she quit the show apparently, and then she came out why she quit the show. So I understand, like, if the Me Too era and, like, people are making you do things uncomfortable, but if you signed up for the show and you said you were going to do this, and then they and now you're like, I'm not supposed to do that, it's kind of weird.
If you sign the contract, you do it.
Yeah, it wasn't like they lied to her. They were like, you're doing this show. It's called The Affair.
It's not like it was a show about, like, circus clowns and they wanted her to just walk around topless all the time. It was about people having sex and having an affair, which generally you're going to be naked for.
That's like the athletes who sign a $100 million contract and be like, I don't want to be on this team. It's like, well,
yeah,
have fun for the next 4 years. You're on the team.
Yeah. I love the
Kawhi Leonards who signed big contracts and are like, I don't want to play 82 games. I'm going to play 45.
Yeah.
Or the ones that sign the contracts and go, I don't want to talk to the media. Well, that's part of your fucking job.
Yep.
Yeah. So I thought that story was a little crazy.
It was.
Okay. Cool. You guys got any stories?
I don't. Bride?
No, just
Bride. Girlfriend's buying. Yeah, he told girlfriend's buying a house.
Yeah.
Jay, what'd you bring to the show today?
I brought really good ad-libbing.
Jay recorded the show.
Yeah, I made the show happen, folks.
Okay. Well,
at least we think he's recording it.
I actually had a huge story, but unfortunately, we're out of time. So
Oh,
Yeah.
Could you preview it like for next show? Cliffhanger.
It's really good. That's the cliffhanger.
Come on, a little cliffhanger. Oh, you're full of shit. That's why. That's why.
yeah. It's really not a real story.
Because
Well-
it doesn't exist. The story. Go
Yeah.
on, Jay.
I'd love to. But
Happy trails to my love. Goodbye.